and simple: exercise. Yoga is designed to increase energy of communication in body systems. It stimulates better immune system and body's repair mechanism. It makes you feel better. But the same set of palliative yoga exercises also brings therapeutic effect, and Dr. Rajan has innovated on a very unique yoga therapy method called measured yoga therapy, where we measure how the nadis on our fingertips are performing, and on the basis of that we can recommend some very targeted exercises that can benefit your particular condition. So if any of you have any condition you want to talk about, you can email me or you can email Jashi Prakash. The email addresses are right here. Close to 1,000 people have gone through our yoga therapy program, and people have had substantial benefits. These days after the COVID restrictions were lifted, we have been having clinics in the Maryland area on Sundays. So people who want a therapy done, a personalized consultation, and a in-person nadi testing done, you can schedule a consultation during the clinic, and you can come over and have that done. Points to note about today's yoga class: first and foremost, please follow instructions to avoid any adverse reactions. Important instruction is to keep your spine straight and take support if needed, and do your practices gently without strain. If it is too much strain on the body, then it's not yoga by definition. Also, there is a limit in duration or count. Please follow it. When you have doubt, avoid the practice or seek clarification, but remember that the liability is entirely yours. Do not multitask or merge two exercises. The slower you do, the better it is for you. The other very important thing is regular discipline practice. So if you miss a day, use the video recording from our yoga channel on YouTube, Life in Yoga Rajan, where we broadcast our sessions live and it's saved there automatically. Yoga brings good health of mind and body. It brings inner awareness and a sense of cosmic connection. And with that, I'll welcome you all to our yoga family, and I will let Dr. Rajan start today's session.
Namaste, everyone. As usual, we begin with 3 ohms. So let's take a deep breath in. So my usual question each time, if anybody who has not spoken before about what makes them come regularly, you can unmute yourself and speak up. Kiran Agarwal, would you like to share what makes you come fairly often?
Sure. I have been introduced to this by my brother, Vijay Gupta. And I'm just doing it for a month and a half. In between, when I go to my kids, I kind of miss it. But it has done 2 wonderful things for me. One is it has calmed me, my anxiety level to a great extent. And also, secondly, it has centered my mind. I am always doing yoga from last 30 years as an exercise. But this has taken to me a different level, in the sense that when any negative thoughts come in my mind, I'm able to put it away. I'm able to put it away and not think about it. And overall, I really feel liberated in a lot of ways. Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to do this. And I feel blessed to be able to join this group and benefit from it.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So for sharing your thoughts, we appreciate it. And I see a suggestion there. in the notes that we can talk about the request today between 7 and 7:30. Sunday, we have the discussion, is to talk about pyramid and meditation. And of course, we had said that we can talk about different forms of meditation today. So that too we will do. Now, another question that appeared on the chat box is that because we do fairly light exercises, physical exercises, is it okay to have our dinner before this session? Answer is no. Actually, if you have a substantial meal, if you had a fruit or something, it may not make a difference. But if you really did have, dal, roti, rice, and kind of, little heavier kind of meal, then in which case it will make a difference, in the sense there'll be some exercises related to Kapalbhati. Even though we do it in a gentle way, it is really stimulation of the nadis. So it is really stimulating the communicating system of the several trillion cells that are there in the body. So the moment you have food and you try to do this, then in which case there will be some disruption. You will not get the full benefit, particularly as Kiran Agarwal ji mentioned that the ability of the higher experience of yoga will never come if your belly is full at the time of practice. Meditative connectivity, inner ability for quietness, everything will be less as a result of eating a big meal before. So please don't do it. I'll give you an option. If people have their meal hours coming in between, then in which case what you do is, there is always the previous day's recording available. Do it before your meal. So use the recording from YouTube instead of being on live. Okay. So let's begin with our chakra vibrations as usual. But quick question, is there anybody new today?
Thank you, Dr. Rajan. I have a family in Houston, Texas. I have my daughter, her husband, husband's parents, all of them. They don't want to come in video. So I'm Meera Chopra. I have said so many times, I'm from 1.5 years attending. And I explained them and they got so impressed. They want to know the chakras vibration, what is the effect. So if you can explain, we'll appreciate. Thank you so much.
Certainly, we will do that at the end today. Now, you are from Maryland, right, Meera Chopra?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
I just came to visit here yesterday, and they got so tempted. All of them going to do yoga right now with you. They don't want in the video, so I thought I will talk.
So you're all doing it together. Welcome, everyone. In fact,
I can show you the face, but they don't want to. Thank you so much. You recognize me. Thank you so much, sir.
Houston is a big hub for us. And you will see over here Dev Mahajanji and several other people over here from Houston. So you can connect with all the Houston folks over there as well and know more about what we do there. Okay. So because they are new, in short, you see in the yogic system, and you heard from Kiran Chopra and you heard from our brother Vijay Chopra and many other people, how it is the yoga that we do gives a deeper level of inner awareness and ability to go into what we call beyond the body and mind to the body, mind, and spirit connection. That is what we do. Whereas most other yoga schools practice popular Hatha Yoga approaches where the focus is on stilling the physical elements of the body and bringing some amount of quietness in the mind, but not necessarily the higher level of quietness that leads to spiritual realization. So why is it? So that is why our practices are also different. Our goal is different, so our practice is also different. And in what way is it different? In the yogic system, we work at 3 levels. The physical body, what you observe. Behind the physical body is the vibration body. So how do you understand the vibration body? It is like if you think of the physical body like your computer, and there is no electricity in the computer, everything is shut down or it is in sleep mode. But once the power kicks in, then vibration starts in there. And then it activates the programs that are in there. that activation of the programs that creates the vibration, that is the vibration body or the subtle body we talk of in our body. So the physical body, but behind it is the vibration body. And this is what is measured in the yogic and Ayurvedic system, where with 3 fingers they measure the same thing they do in Chinese system and other traditional medicine systems. They are looking to see what kind of vibration is happening in your body. Now, behind the vibration body or subtle body is something that is called the causal body or the spirit. This is the thing that enters the body with the programs that are in there. And once the energy is activated in the body, that's when these programs are able to manifest. Whether the programs are growing the body, aging the body, or the way you look, the way you speak, the way you think, all the experiences you have in life, all of them are part of the unfolding of the program. Now, from the perspective of proper health, we need the body, the subtle body, the physical body, the subtle body, and the spiritual body or the causal body to be all in sync with how it is communicating with each other. What makes it to come in sync with each other? It is essentially the program that we come with has a purpose. When our energy flow is consistent with the flow of the purpose, there is harmony in there. And then when the physical body acts in sync with the flow of the energy, then in which case there is harmony in there. Then that harmony creates perfect health in the system. It also creates higher level of awareness within. See, I was this morning, I was having a conversation with somebody who practices regularly with us over here. And this person was saying that before he started our yoga practice, he was more into eating the way most people eat, what we call as habitual eating. Well, it is this time, so breakfast time, this time, lunch time, this time, dinner time, and every day you have a sense of what you're going to eat and all of that, that's what you're eating. But on the other hand, once you become, after practicing the way we do, inner awareness develops, then in which case what happens? You look at the food, today it feels like, I don't want this food, you won't eat it. So your inner awareness is telling you what you should eat and what you should not eat. In fact, the yogic way of reducing weight is to build inner awareness within yourself. So that way, your inner guidance tells you eat, don't eat. And in fact, you eat only when you're hungry. So this is the difference about how we work with, and this is what that harmony between the physical body, the subtle body, and the causal body helps you to attain. It also gives perfect health and inner realization. Now, most of the yoga practices are working in the domain of the subtle body and the physical body. You remove conflicts in there, then in which case you start feeling better. So when you do physical exercises, when you do breathing exercises, you integrate the connection between the physical body and the subtle body, and any conflicts that are there begin to slowly dissipate. Whereas on the other hand, it doesn't help you with deeper level issues. Now, what are the deeper level issues? When people have autoimmune diseases, mental health conditions, depression, anxiety, these are not things that are going to help you. We need to remove the conflict between the soul's purpose or the spirit's plan and the subtle body. And why does that happen? In life, we come across with situations where our mind is saying, I rather do this instead of doing something else which is there in front of you. And you can all think your own lives. Most of you here are seeing, look back at how many situations you have had where your work situation was more important for you. Therefore, something that was related to family situation, you paid less attention to. And maybe when you look back, you might say, oh, I wish I had spent a little more time with my son on certain other things, or my daughter or something. So this is where what happens is, our mind gets in the way of thinking this is what is right, instead of what the soul has planned for you. So This is the reason we do an additional exercise here called chakra vibration, where we remove the conflict between the causal body and the subtle body, the soul's plan and how the energy, creates a vibration in the body. So that's the first practice we deal with. And thereafter, we do the same practices like the physical and breathing exercises that help to relieve the conflict between the subtle body and the gross body. And finally, we do the meditation as well, because the nadis are clear, meditation is more helpful. So let's begin. Bring your awareness to the perineum. And since Meera Chopra is with her relatives, she can guide them personally where the perineum is. And pressing on the little finger, we do the mantra LAM. Take a deep breath in. Release the finger, and now one more time. LAM. Now bring the awareness 1 inch above the perineum, and there we do VAM, pressing on the ring finger. Take a deep breath in. VAM. VAM. Release your finger and continue. Bring the awareness behind the navel, and there we do Ram, pressing on the middle finger with the thumb. Ram. 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 Release the finger and continue. Ram. Bring the awareness to the middle of the chest, in between the breasts, and there we do Yam, pressing on the index finger with the thumb. Yam. Yum. Yum. Release the fingers and continue. Yum. Yum. Now bring the awareness to the throat, and here we do hum. Thumbs up, loose fist. Hum. 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 Release your hand and continue. Hum. Bring the awareness to the middle of the head. There we do chum. Thumbs up, loose fist. Chum. Chum. Bring the awareness to the top of the head. And here we do Om. Take a deep breath in. Om. Release the hand and continue. Om. Last time. Om. Now we go on to the happy face breathing, the Ujjayi Pranayama. So but those of you who know, please proceed. And if you have any joints that need stretching, you can do that too. Now, for those who need further instructions, with your eyes closed, bring your awareness to the bottommost part of the mouth, where it connects into the neck, specifically the hole through which food and air passes down. Keep your awareness on that hole and make a big smile. As the cheeks come out, you will find a slight stretch in that hole. And as you inhale and exhale slowly, feel like the air that is being inhaled is like rubbing along the stretch in the throat. It will feel like a mild sucking sensation when you inhale. And when you exhale, it will feel like a reverse sucking sensation. Remember, you're only breathing with the nostrils. Continue. Now let's go on to the respiratory mantra. Bring your awareness behind the sternum, in the middle of the chest, and feel a rising vibration going up through the top of the head and out of the body. And that rising vibration feels like the mantra Haim Em Am, the vibration Haim Em Am, Haim Em Am. 3 syllables, Haim, Em, and Am. You feel the flow. Now we go on to the circulation mantra. Feel the vibration in the chest, specifically the lungs, and feel the vibration, Haim, 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 in the lungs. Now let's go on to our spinal alignment. We don't have time for Bahya Kumbhak or Bhastrika today because we had a lot of discussion. So those of you who want to bring your hands behind your back and get hold of the elbows, you can do that. And this will be a little more intense. When you inhale, you expand the chest, pull back the shoulders. And when you exhale, you do whichever movement that we are doing. But if you want a little lighter, you can keep your hands without holding. And after taking a deep breath in, you exhale. We begin by tilting the head towards one shoulder. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, tilt towards the other shoulder. Inhale, come back up, and continue. Last exhalation. Inhale, come up. And as you exhale, turn the head and look over one shoulder. Inhale, come back. Exhale, look over the other shoulder. Inhale, come back, and continue. Last exhalation. Inhale, come back. With the next inhalation, lift up the chin and take the head back. And as you exhale, bring the chin down towards the chest and continue. Last exhalation, bring the chin down to the chest and we go 360 degrees around the neck. Inhale, half a circle, and exhale, complete the circle. And continue. Last inhalation and last exhalation, and we go in the reverse direction. Last inhalation and last exhalation. And now we are going to switch our sequence a little bit, given that we want to manage time. Let's bring the hands behind the head and get hold of the opposite elbows. As you exhale, pull on one elbow. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, pull the other elbow. Inhale, come back up and continue. Last exhalation. Now get hold of interlock the hands and bring it behind the head. And as you exhale, twist to one side, inhale, come back. Exhale, twist the other way, inhale, come back, and continue. Last exhalation, inhale, come back. Now let's get hold of the elbows behind the back and we do the same twisting each side. Take a deep breath in, expand the chest, and as you exhale, twist to one side. Inhale, come back. Exhale the other way. Inhale, come back. Continue. Last exhalation, turn. Inhale, come back. Now get hold of the elbows, get hold of the hips behind the back, and we will do the backward arch. So as you inhale, push on one hand and make a backward arch. And as you exhale, come forward. Continue. Inhale the other side and make the backward arch, and exhale, come forward. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now bring the hands forward, interlock the fingers, and push it out. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, twist to one side and hold it there for 5 breaths. Take a deep breath in And as you exhale, go all the way to the other side and hold for 5 breaths. Take a deep breath in and come to the middle. And as you exhale, palm into the chest. And as you exhale, hands comes out the other way. Stretch out the hands, palms facing downward, fingers interlocked. Feel the stretch in the fingers, the palm, the wrist, the forearm, the shoulder blades. Inhale and exhale into the stretch. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, twist to one side and hold there for 5 breaths. Take another deep breath in. And as you exhale, go to the other side and hold there for 5 breaths. Take another deep breath in. Come back to the middle. Inhale, palm into the chest. And exhale, lift up your palm high up. Palm facing upward. Lift up the pelvis, lift up the shoulders, straighten the elbows and push on your fingers. Take another deep breath in and reach out. Then release the hands and go around the wrist. Inhale and exhale, go around the wrist. Amma, go around the wrist. Now let's go the reverse direction. Inhale and exhale. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now bend at the elbows and push the elbows behind the head and keep pushing it backward and observe as it comes down how it slowly aligns the back and bring the hands down. Now we can cross one leg over the other. Hold the knee on the top. And as you exhale, pull the knee towards the opposite shoulder and turn the head the other way. Inhale, release. Exhale, pull and turn. Continue. Last exhalation, pull and turn. And now let's cross over the other leg. As you exhale, pull and turn the other side. Last exhalation, pull and turn. Inhale, release. Now, as we inhale, we lift up both the shoulders, lift up the pelvis. As we exhale, rotate the shoulder and come back down, relaxing. And of course, as we inhale, we visualize the awareness rising to the head. And as you exhale, feel the awareness drifting towards the feet. So let's continue. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Continue. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now you can go and check how the nostrils are, if they are equal in breadth. If they are equal in breadth, then in which case just continue focusing on the head when you inhale, and as you exhale, feel the awareness going downward. If it is not equal, then in which case do the alternate nostril breathing with visualization. Now we can go on to the spinal mantra. Today we do the faster version. We do the 7 mantras from the feet and ankle to the knees to the lowermost part of the spine, which is in between the buttocks and the back, and then the lumbar spine, the thoracic spine, the cervical spine in the neck, and then in the back of the head, in the very top, called the Shikha point. The mantra for the feet and neck are the same, that is Aim. Now let us begin from the feet and ankle with mantra Aim, moving to knees where we vibrate Shim, and move on to the base of the spine where we do Jim. Aim, Shim, 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 Jim. Now we move from the base of the spine to the lumbar region, then to the thoracic or the back region of the spine with Jim, Jaim, Haim. So let's go. Jim, Jaim, Haim. 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 Now we move from the thoracic spine to the spine and the neck to the back of the head with Haim, Aim, Om. Let's go. Haim, Aim, Om. 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 Now we do all the 7 mantras in sequence, starting from the feet and ankle. Aim, Shim, Jim, Jaim, Haim, Aim, Om. 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 Aim, Shim, Jim, Jaim, Haim, Aim, Om.
I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om. I'm Shim Jim Jam Ham I'm Om.
Now we can go on to our Bhastrika Pranayam, followed by our meditation. So we start by exhalation, and after exhaling or while exhaling, we'll feel the compression in the sternum, the throat, and the head, the forehead in particular. And from that compression with full exhalation, we inhale completely. And when we inhale completely, we feel the sternum fill up. It's a mental visualization. And then we again exhale with the same compression of the three places. So this way we continue. Now, this is only a visualization that we are doing. And after we do all of this, right in the end, after 20 breaths, we take a deep breath through the right nostril, hold the breath, and then we exhale through the left nostril after holding. So this is the whole sequence that we'll do. So let's begin. You can keep your hands any way you feel like. Those of you who like to keep your hands by the elbows by the side of the chest with palms in a loose fist by the side. As you exhale, make the fist, and now inhale. Let's go. 1. Exhale. 2. Exhale. 3. Exhale. 4. Exhale. 5. Exhale. 6. Exhale. 7. Exhale. 8. Exhale. 9. Exhale. 10. Exhale. 11. Exhale. 12. Exhale. 13. Exhale. 14. Exhale. 15. Exhale. 60. Exhale. 70. Exhale. 80. Exhale. 90. Exhale. And 20. Exhale. Keep the eyes closed. Take a deep inhalation from the right nostril and hold. Exhale slowly. And keep on observing within yourself with your eyes closed. Let's go on to the second round. Keep your hand position. Exhale with the fist and compression. And let's go. 1, inhale. Exhale. 2. Exhale. 3. Exhale. 4. Exhale. 5. Exhale. 6. Exhale. 7. Exhale. 8. Exhale. 9. Exhale. 10. Exhale. 11. Exhale. 12. Exhale. 13. Exhale. 14. Exhale. 50. Exhale. 60. Exhale. 70. Exhale. 80. Exhale. 90. Exhale. And 20. Exhale. Relax. Take in a deep breath through the right nostril. Hold the breath for a few seconds and exhale through the left nostril.
Sergeant Sims, thank you for your incredible bravery and your service.
Okay, let's go on to the third round. Exhale. 1. Exhale. 2. Exhale. 3. Exhale. 4. Exhale. 5. Exhale. 6. Exhale. 7. Exhale. 8. Exhale. 9. Exhale. 10. Exhale. 11. Exhale. 12. Exhale. 13. Exhale. 14. exit. 50, exit. 60, exit. 70, exit. 80, exit. 90, exit. And 20, exit. Keep the eyes closed. Take a deep breath in from the right nostril, hold the breath, and then slowly exhale from the left nostril. Now mentally tell yourself, I give up all ideas and concepts and I care about nothing. I let go of everything, I let go of everything, I let go of everything, and I let go of everything, and feel the shoulders lighten up, the head becomes lighter perhaps. And if you have a personal mantra, focus on it. If you don't have a personal mantra, visualize a rising vibration from the middle of the chest, going upward and out of the top of the head. And the vibration feels like Haim Em Om, Haim Em Om. Feel the rising vibration and just keep the focus there. And those of you, we will have Om playing in the background. mentally become aware of your, or mentally affirm to yourself, may I be guided to fulfill the purpose for which I am born. And then become aware of your senses from the top of the head to the bottom of the feet. And whenever you're ready to open your eyes, raise the palm of your hands and bring it towards your eyes, your face. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, gently open your eyes. And with that, we end the meditation. And now we can go on to the Sunday discussions. So before I begin, any questions, you can unmute and speak up. Today, what I'm planning to do is the different types of meditation and how each one helps and how the methods and mechanisms behind it. Any questions before I begin? Okay.
One question I have, why you are not doing the mantra vibration in morning session?
Mantra what?
Vibration in morning session.
You mean the spinal mantra?
Spine mantra, yeah.
Yeah. Because in the morning session, we have more, it is not, the people who are here are the people who have more fragile, spine. So it is focused. We cannot do everything everywhere. Okay. So now let's continue.
Thank you.
Any other question related to meditation that you might have, you can ask in the end. Okay. So essentially, there are two kinds of meditations. One kind of meditation is called mindfulness meditation. The other side of the meditation is called transcendental meditation. What is the distinction between the two and how do they work with each other? Mindfulness meditation falls under two categories. You focus your mind on something with an object of getting engrossed over there and losing your awareness, and so that the mind stops wandering. So the objective of any mindfulness meditation is that mind should stop wandering. Now, another type of mindfulness meditation is where you have intention. Now, an intention-based meditation, you need to know the meaning of whatever intention you have. Within these two categories, the normal mindfulness meditation that you come across are Buddhist type of meditations where they focus on the breath. The other types of meditation that are mindfulness related also come from other techniques, including modern psychology, where they will say you concentrate and focus on whatever you're doing. That too they will consider as mindfulness. Now, in the Hatha Yoga tradition, there is a term. Hatha Yoga has four practice components. One practice component is called asana. The second aspect of the second component of Hatha Yoga is called kriyas, or what are called the Shat kriyas, that are meant to cleanse the body. And the third type of division in Hatha Yoga is called Laya Yoga, where you be a pure observer. And the fourth level is called Nada Anusandhana, where you are able to feel the vibrations of everything around you and the cosmos. So the Laya Yoga practice is a form of mindfulness meditation that comes from the Hatha Yoga system. And what are the Laya Yoga practices? You just watch the river flow. You focus on a flower and see the flower for a long time, from bud slowly closing, opening and closing. You just focus your attention on something where the mind is fully locked in. Now, another type of, so these are these various types of the mindfulness meditation which are simply focused without intent. However, with the intent-based mindfulness meditation, the most famous and the best meditation of that kind is the Gayatri Mantra. In the Gayatri Mantra, you need to know the meaning. You're actually calling for the power of the sun to enlighten you, so that from that enlightenment, you're able to fulfill the purpose of your life by letting the energy propagate in the right way. So the Gayatri Mantra is a intention-based mantra of mindfulness meditation category. And so by focusing on it, you can, over a period of time, as your nadis become purified, the intention begins to fructify. Now, in the transcendental meditation category, but before we go there, one thing to realize is mindfulness meditation done with intent eventually leads to transcendence. Whereas on the other hand, transcendental meditation, right from the beginning, the focus is on transcendence. It's and of course, and a step on the way is quietening of the mind. The best known transcendental meditation type that is used is the mantra-based meditation, and Maharishi Mahesh Yogi has popularized that system. So I will discuss a little bit more about the mantra-based meditation after I cover the overview. The second type of transcendental meditation comes straight from the Yoga Sutras. And this is also something that Ramana Maharshi used to talk about. Ramana Maharshi, if you go, his prescription for everyone will be, ask yourself, who am I? And you will realize the highest. But for most people, if they keep asking, who am I? They will only keep asking, they won't realize anything. So the thing is, you see, but for a special category of people, if they ask, who am I, which is very, very small number, they will be able to experience it. These are the people for whom the channels of communication within us, which are called the nadis, are all opened and purified. There are no, but because of that, they will be able to get the answer. So now that is what the Yoga Sutra approach is, where you do the practice of being a pure observer, and as you live your life as a pure observer without reacting to everything, slowly the programs within you purify. And at that time, if you mentally ask, who am I? Because all the nadis are clear, you start getting the answer. So that is the state in which in samadhi, you're able to get all the answers. Now, this category of transcendental meditation that Maharishi Mahesh Yogi used, which was mantra-based, that is of a very special characteristic. That characteristic involves in understanding what kind of programs you have. So even as you're breaking through the programs, at the same time, you're also transcending. How does that happen? That happens because whatever programs you have within you, once this energy flows through us, the vibration comes, and then it makes you who you are. So what you do is look at the vibrations, and if you can find the equal and opposite vibration, it will quieten it down. And from that quietness, slowly your awareness will go towards transcendence. So the equal and opposite vibration of the composite vibration of all your programs within you, that is what is known as the personal mantra. And so in that, so Maharishi Mahesh Yogi devised that there are, he basically, actually, let me go back a little bit. In the Indian system, there are 4 anchor personal mantras. But then that 4 anchor personal mantras are based upon 4 different orientations or a mindset, or the 4 types of programs that are activating in a person. So what are the 4 anchor mantras? The first anchor mantra is Shreem or Shreen. First anchor mantra is Aim. Aim or Aing, as is said, that mantra is the first one. Second anchor mantra is Shreem or Shreem. Third is the Hreem. And last, fourth is the Om. So the first anchor mantra, Aim, those of you who are familiar with the Hindu system, Aim or Aing is supposed to be the Saraswati Bija mantra. The Shreem is supposed to be the Lakshmi Bija mantra. The Hreem is considered the Shakti Bija mantra. And Om is considered the highest. So what happens is, for people who have the orientation of curiosity to know, for them, if that is their predominant nature, then the equal and opposite mantra is Aim. So you can imagine that what happens is, what does the mantra do? Your program activation is creating a lot of vibrations in your system. So the moment if your orientation is seeking to know, and if you do Aim, that highly activated state calms down. And within that calm state, whatever you are seeking to know, it gets assimilated within you. So that is the reason, you see, when children growing up in India, in Hindu families, if they are told, before going to an exam, they pray to Saraswati, right? But praying to Saraswati is not going to help them pass the exam unless they have prepared for the exam, right? So you prepare for all the exam, but then you have already registered a lot of things, but the calmness within you integrates the knowledge so that you can express it well. So that is the concept of the Aim mantra as the anchor mantra. The Shreem mantra is for people who are looking to do in worldly living, they are looking to do better. So improving their career, earning more, and those kinds of things. And so there it is Shreem, and that is why, it is called, Lakshmi Bija mantra. Then, of course, Hreem is for the state where people have gone through life, and they're all wanting to know what is the meaning of life. You have earned a lot, you have had families, children, everything, grandchildren, and you're mentally asking, what is the meaning of existence? And so when you are asking about what is the meaning of existence, then you're asking what is the nature of living. And that is where, in that orientation, the appropriate mantra is Hreem. And then when all the questioning stops, because you're satisfied with wherever you are, that is when Om takes you into the highest state of awareness. The best way to understand the nature of Om is not from like the Mandukya Upanishad or other places. The best place to understand it is from the Chandogya Upanishad, the first chapter, first section. In the Chandogya Upanishad, Om is, actually the way it describes is, if you have Sama, and when the Rik and Sama are in balance, when the Sama and Rik are in balance, if you invoke the Udgita in the Chandogya Upanishad, the reference to Om is described in various ways, like it is called Pranava and things like that. The word used in the Chandogya Upanishad is called Udgita. Udgit means the highest, chant, high chant. So the Udgit is called, Om is called Udgit. So in Chandogya Upanishad, it says, when the Sama and Rik are in place, when you use the Udgita, it reaches the highest. You reach the highest. What is the meaning of that? The meaning of that is, the Rik is your personal mantra. Your personal mantra is the equal and opposite of your composite vibration of all the programs within you as they are vibrating. So the equal and opposite mantra is your personal Rik. And as you have, some of you who have your personal mantra, you have seen, when you use your personal mantra, after using it for a couple of days or for some time, you suddenly find the moment you go, everything becomes very, very stable and you're able to sense something. But before you begin your personal mantra, you need sama. You need balance within yourself. So for example, when we do all our practices and the end we come into meditation, because we have done the practice, the energy in the system has already become balanced. So with the balance in the system, you use the Rik, you're able to connect into the cosmic awareness. So that transcendence begins with the Rik. Then, of course, you use the Udgita, and that is why we play the Om in the background. When you're already connected, if Om is there in the background, it will lead you to higher levels of a higher level of awareness. Now, in the experience of this awareness, we look in terms of we actually, all of you have experienced some level of awareness, whether it is little or very high. The moment you mentally let go, you feel light within yourself. When you're light and feeling that way, that already builds a certain level of connectivity and inner awareness. You're already connected a little bit to the cosmos. When you're in that kind of a state, relaxed state, that is the state in which your immune system strengthens. Indeed, you're able to sleep well only when you are fully relaxed. And when you're in that relaxed state, that is why if you ever fall ill, what is the prescription? Take rest, which means give your mind and body rest. Then what happens? Our immune system, which is energized by the cosmic connection, kicks up and it begins to restore your health slowly. That is why if anybody catches COVID, the best prescription is take deep rest so that your connectivity is established. And of course, if you are lucky enough to be associated with our group, and then in which case you will know that when you do Hai Mem that will evoke the cosmic connectivity related to the immune system of the respiratory system, and you heal even faster. So just by letting go, when we are in meditation, the first thing we say is, I let go of all ideas and concepts. Simply by letting go connectivity, some connectivity is established. Then from that some connectivity, as the nadi begins to open up more, whether because you have already purified and a soul, or whether because of the mantra, your personal mantra being used, it temporarily clears out the nadis. By the way, the personal mantra only temporarily clears the nadis for a little while, because you can experience a higher meditation. But as you continue the practice long term, it permanently cleanses. But when we say long term, for some people it could be 20 years. For some people it could be 6 months. Okay? So as it clears up, that is when you're able to have deeper and deeper and higher level of connectivity. And you have all experienced, first it starts with that quietness, feeling light. Some of you over a period of time feel like there is something happening above the head, right? How many of you have felt a little bit of lightness? Raise your hands. How many of you have felt beyond the lightness something going above the head? Okay, there it is, you can see for yourself. Okay, and now as that grows higher and higher, you see in our internal life in yoga language, we say when a person lets go, automatically they have 50% connectivity. But then people are unable to be intuitive till they reach the threshold of 80% connectivity. Now, once you have that 80% connectivity, automatically you'll get intuitive perceptions. Then, what is this business of 100% connectivity? If any of you should be lucky enough to experience that, in that 100% connectivity, what seems like connecting from here, suddenly you will find that immediately you get into a column of energy, and the column of energy feels like you're in a golden rays, a whole pillar. It's no longer like a slim connection to a pillar of energy. And it is no longer like connecting upward, but it is like connecting both ways. That becomes the 100% connectivity. And that is considered the state where you have access to the complete knowledge of the universe and the highest level of connectivity into God or Ishvara outside all of creation. But then, even though you have that connectivity, you cannot have answers to all questions unless you ask. So you have to ask the question and all the answers will come. So this is the different levels of meditation and things that I wanted to share with you. But now I want to go into a slightly different direction. You see, when a person is not fully purified, and if you want to increase your meditative connectivity to purify yourself, it's a very interesting thing is, unless you're purified, you're reactive. And when you're reactive, you create more programs. So your connectivity becomes less because there is more impurity in your system. So what happens is, all of us need to train, and sometimes we need to make use of crutches to begin our meditative process. So what happens is, for instance, if you go into a temple or if you go into a place where people do meditative practices, you will suddenly feel the vibration feels different. You feel the quietness. So that is why you go there to practice every day. So in your own homes, if you keep a special room and a place where you're doing your meditative practice, do it every day in the same place. And that vibration builds over there. So the concept of, a sacred temple, the prana pratishtapana that is done in a temple, where you feel the vibration energy, you use that as your temporary connectivity to build the connectivity so that you learn to become less and less reactive by using temporary crutches of connectivity. Similarly, what else can you use besides a place like temple? Now, what happens is, a temple, most of you will notice, if you care to look at it, is there will always be a peak kind of structure built on the top of where the main installation is. Because that kind of pyramidical structure enables the connectivity to be better. And so many of the people who are aware of this, they like to go and meditate inside a pyramid. They even construct a pyramid in their home. But of course, if you happen to go to Egypt or to Bosnia and places where these great pyramids are, and if you go inside some of these pyramids, you will actually feel a meditative elevation when you go over there. But those pyramids, of course, are built in a special way. They're all made out of stone. Because they're made out of stone, there is metallic content in them. If you make a pyramid out of cement or, bricks in your home, then in which case, the only way in which you can get better connectivity from them if you're sitting and meditating inside it is you will need to put metal strips in the corners. Only then you will be able to get the connection, and the peak with the metal, and the metal strips in the edges will, help you to connect. And of course, in pyramid, the moment the connectivity increases, health issues can get resolved because the immune system from a yoga perspective is not only to fight off diseases, but is also to correct anything that is wrong inside you, to rebuild anything that is reprogram things that might have gone wrong in your health system, right? So similarly, what else can you use as crutches besides pyramids? You see, crystals, special stones, rudraksha, all of these are like that. But then all of these, when you get them, you cannot just go and buy and just somebody says, take this or that. That is not how it works. You have to buy the right kind of rudraksha or the stones or beads or whatever whose vibrations are conducive to you to silence you. It is like equal and opposite vibration, like a mantra. Now, the best equal and opposite vibration mantra that you can have is your spouse. If your spouse is the equal and opposite vibration of you, then in which case both of you will elevate spiritually. And actually, it is very interesting. In the Irish tradition, it is said when two people fall in love, they become light and they start flying up, elevating, right? So the thing is basically, that is really the spiritual elevation that comes from that. So these are different ways in which you can use the crutches of this thing. Now, what happens is you can, if you find that the vibrations that you're feeling from some people or whatever is conducive, then those people together, when they are in a satsang, that too is elevating. Now, of course, the Yoga Sutra is very clear in saying another way in which you can do that. You see, if you think of a purified soul who has good connectivity, then that by thinking of that person, you connect into their chitta, into their programmed entity. And as a result of that, you yourself will feel elevated, right? So what you can do is, if you're a person who likes Shri Krishna, think of Shri Krishna and you connect into the chitta of Shri Krishna and you will feel the connection elevated, right? So these are all crutches in the beginning stages. Once you're able to meditate, Shri Krishna becomes a limit for you. You don't need Shri Krishna anymore. You go even beyond, right? So the thing is basically, the starting point, all of these are various crutches by which you can increase your meditative capacity and take it from there. Now, somebody has asked over here the question, Vipassana, what kind of meditation it is? It is one of the mindfulness meditation. Among it falls within the breathing techniques that you focus on. So all Buddhist meditation fall within that category. Okay, so now we have 3 minutes to go. So let me open up for any questions that you might have.
You said beach mantras like Aim, Shrim, Hrim, Om. Like in puja or like Chandi puja, we say Aim, Hrim, Klim, Sim, Chamunda, Nama. Other puja, you said Aim, Sim, Sim, Kamle, Kamla, Prasid, Prasid, Mahalakshmi, Nama. These are all these connected with, but like Mahalakshmi mantra is stream, but we say Aim, Hrim, Stream. Why?
See, what happens is, in a religious system, lot of it is belief-based. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is, you understand what Aim stand for, you understand what, I didn't complete the mantra-based meditation, I need to tell you. Okay. So the Aim stands for Saraswati, the Shrim for Lakshmi, and then of course you have the Hrim for Durga. So essentially what you're doing is, you're invoking all of them together. So that is what you're doing. Okay. But then now I need to bring back something else. I only shared with you 4 anchor mantras in the Maharishi system. And that depends upon if, each of them fall within this curiosity to know. That nature is called brahmacharya, curiosity to know. You want to know what Brahm is all about. You are looking what is beyond. The grahastha ashrama means you're in the grasp of all the grahas. In other words, what kind of programs you have brought in and the life you are meant to lead in order to fulfill the purpose of creation. That is what is grahastha ashrama. And part of it is being a householder, and all of that is part of it. But being in the clutches of the grahas is what grahastha ashrama. So what happens is, when your primary nature is curiosity to know as a brahmacharya, the mantra is Aim, where the equal and opposite mantra. When you are in the clutches of the grahas, then in which case you are fulfilling all the worldly purposes, it is Shrim. When you are in the Vanaprastha stage, that is, you're seeking to know what is beyond, you're a seeker, then in which case Hrim is the equal and opposite mantra. And when you're in the state of sannyasa, where you have full complete awareness, what connects you into the highest is Om. So now what happens is, if you look at any normal person over here, you may have some curiosity to know, you have some brahmacharya element. but you may still have programs within you, some desires or whatever. So you may still have some elements of clutches of the grahas. You may have also looking to know what is beyond. And you may also you're a combination of many things, right? So Maharishi Mahesh Yogi devised 14 mantras. So you have the 4 anchor mantras. So in between, you have few more mantras for different combinations of people. So people, if you go to the Maharishi system for a mantra, they will interview you and ask you, so what do you do and things like that. So they are getting to know you, and accordingly, they will select the mantra for you. But of course, those are all the teachers who don't have full intuitive capacity. Some of them have it, where intuitively they will figure out. But then intuitively, if you tune into the person, you can find the equal and opposite vibration. Typically, what happens is, associated between the Aim and Shreem, you have mantras like Cream, you have mantras like Lam, and those kinds of mantras come in the lower segment. Then closer to the Shreem mantra, if that is the more predominant aspect, then you will get Shreem, Shim, and things like that. Then when you come closer towards Hreem, the variations will be Him, Hraum, Haim, and things like that. And then, of course, even further beyond, of course, it goes into Om. So this is the system of the mantra of finding equal and opposite vibration. It is not possible for everyone, but that is how the training to find that happens. Okay. So, so with that, we will conclude over here unless there is any other burning question.
Thank you.
Okay. So namaste, everyone.
I have
See
one
you tomorrow.
question.
Namaste.
Oh,
Somebody said they had a question.
this is Pranam Narayanji. This is Padmini. I have one question.
Okay.
The Sri Yantra, what they say, can we also use Sri Yantram and then sit in Sri Yantram and meditate? Will that work?
A Sri Yantra is nothing but the equivalent of your, if you go to the temple, you will say the Murti over there is consecrated, right?
Yes.
And so a Sri Yantra is simply, a 2-dimensional representation of the 3-dimensional Murti. So basically, just like you can connect into the Murti's energy in order to meditate, you can do it the same way with Sri Yantra. Okay. So somebody else put a question over here quickly. How do we, pyramids that are available on Amazon would work? It is wood like this thing, and some pyramids are caps. Don't waste your time with those things. And how do we get personal mantra? Well, the key part is, you see, personal mantra is the equal and opposite vibration. If you can tune into it, you can find it. In the Maharishi system, if you go there, anybody can get it. They will charge you a fee. I don't know what it is these days. At one point in time, it was $10,000. Then now, and then a few years back, it was $2,400. But now I think it may be even cheaper. But anyway, whatever it is there they will give you. But if you come to me, everyone may not get mantras. There is a reason for it. The reason is some people may not have no need for a mantra. They are already, nadis are opened up. But there are other people, you see, the moment then you're able to connect and intuition flourishes. If you're a person who has a lot of desires within you, you will use that connectivity to fulfill your desires, and it can go in a wrong direction. It is called using the purpose for a adharmic purpose. So anywhere where there is an adharmic potential, I will not get permission to give you mantra. I mentally ask the cosmos whether I have permission, and if it doesn't come, then I cannot give you a mantra. Okay, so with that.
Dr. Rajan,
Yeah.
Is there any mantra for autoimmune disease?
The thing is, you see, somebody here asked me the other day, I have pain in my hand. Can you give me a mantra to resolve it? Okay. And so for every, there isn't one mantra for everything. Okay. So there are a group of mantras, some of which may work. And for autoimmune condition, we do use a mantra, but it doesn't work for everyone. So that is why we have to test. So we try other mantras and approaches. So whoever, yes, so we can work with it. And I'll give you the best example of autoimmune condition that we were able to successfully resolve. Okay. You see, there was a person who was getting the stool used to be always watery. Okay. And the person went to the doctor, did everything, and they gave him steroids, prednisone. When steroid was given, the loose motion became, the watery motion, not even loose motion, that watery motion became normal. But after the 6 weeks of the steroid was over, again it went back to water. Okay, and this was for many months that was happening, and nothing could cure. And so when we evaluated it, we saw that the person right from young age had some form of allergies that had manifested in this thing. Okay. So it's an autoimmune condition. So we used a mantra, and we used the Bahya Kumbhak also with the mantra, and the stool became complete normal solid stool in a period of about 3 months or so. Actually, right from the first week itself, in the first week, in the 7 days, on 2 days it was watery, the other days it became like loose motion. Then the second week's 1 day became almost normal, the other days loose motion, and there was no watery motion after the second week. Then slowly over a period of 3 months, it became complete normal stool. So,
Dr. Rajan, I have a question. Do you have anything for autistic kids?
Okay. We are far out of time. I will explain the nature of autism to you. If autism is detected very early, that means when the child is under 3-4 years of age, then we can completely heal that child, no problem. Okay. But if it is detected later in the age, it's a little more, there are a little more issues that are involved. I'll explain what is autism and how the yogic process deals with it.
Yeah, Dr. Rajan, my grandson is autistic. He was diagnosed at 2 years age, but then they did everything. They did his...
What is the age now?
Now he's 10. He looks like a normal kid. He's very smart, but only social.
Okay, yeah. But the thing is, you see, we are far over time, but I will tell you this way. Let's discuss your case separately, but I will tell you what is autism. You see, autistic people, you will notice sometimes they have extraordinary capabilities.
Yes.
And it manifests every now and then.
Yes.
It is because they, in a previous lifetime, they had a high level of Atma Vidya and extraordinary abilities. They started using those abilities in a adharmic way. And that is why, in order to be fully functional, you also need some level of connectivity. So connectivity gets blocked. When connectivity gets blocked, they become dysfunctional and autistic. So what happens is, to open out the connectivity, they have to be also brought into the dharmic side. And the way in which nature has a way of dealing with them is that this right kind of vibration to unlock the connectivity comes. So what you will find is, with autistic kids, the natural way they will gravitate is they will like some people and they will run away from other people. Whoever they like, their vibrations are suitable for them. So if those people stay near them and keep hugging them, slowly they will begin to change. Similarly, some music they will like, and they will not like other music. The music they like, keep playing it to them, like keep them listening. So that is how they grow. And you have to go and identify what makes them, feel peaceful and nice. Keep giving that to them more and more, and slowly they will come out.
It's a repetitive behavior they have.
I need to go now. Okay, so I've told you what it's about, and you figure it out for yourself. Namaste ji. Bye.
Thank you, Dr. Rajan, Samira Chopra, and my family enjoyed so much. Thank you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
See you all.